champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course. Look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah. Screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right, now we're good with court. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, Kahawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Gene Baker Field here at Granite City High School. Time for a little playoff soccer action for you as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the host Granite City Warriors in a little Class 3A regional semi-final. I am Todd Duke. Welcome into the pregame show brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, great food, great drinks, great service, all served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. Calling for carryout orders, LC's Pub, 618-855-9007. Well, semifinal number 1 is already in the books as Belleville West defeated Alton by a final score of 7-0. It was 1-0 by Belleville West after one half of play, and then they didn't waste any time opening things up as the second half got underway. They scored 5 straight goals in the first 11 minutes of the second half and then added another one a little bit later in the game for a 7-0 lead. So Belleville West is already in the regional championship game due to be played here Friday night, and they await the opponent. That would be between the two teams that are getting ready to play, Collinsville and Granite City. So Collinsville 8-9-1 on the year under their 8th-year head coach Rob Lugge, who has an overall record now of 125 wins, 51 losses, and 7 ties. Granite City comes in at 11-9-1. Their head coach is Ryan Reeves. He is also into his 8th year and has a record of 52 wins, 85 losses, and 14 ties. The Kahawks under head coach Rob Lugge have never went through a regular season without coming away on the plus side as far as their overall win-loss record is concerned. Not until this season, with the Kahawks slipping to one game under 500 with that 8-9-1 record. The Kahawks fell victim to the weather early in the season, losing their first match to heat and having their second match postponed for 3 weeks due to lightning. After finally getting going almost a week late, Collinsville got off to a 1-3-1 start to the year before back-to-back wins put them at 3-3-1 on the year. After a couple of close losses to Triad and Edwardsville, Collinsville handed Belleville West what would be the Maroons' only Southwestern Conference loss on the year. 3 straight losses in the Junior Billikens tournament at St. Louis University High School would follow that, but Collinsville has found some solid footing as of late and coming to this regional semifinal at Granite City, having won 4 of the final 5 matches of the season, the last of which was a 3-0 win versus Granite City at Kahok Stadium this past Thursday night in the Paz Cup. In that win, Collinsville got goals from Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza, his 7th, while Marvin Chacon and Jake McIntyre picked up not only their first goals of the year, but first goals as varsity Kahok players. Junior Braden Hinson in the goal only faced 2 shots in that win. And for the Granite City Warriors, the storied boys soccer program here, with their 10 state championships, have struggled through hard times since their last trip to state in the quarterfinal round in 2002. The Warriors here in 2024 turned in a winning record for the first time since going 11-9-2 under Reeves in 2021. Before that, it had been since 2008 when Granite City went 11-7-3 under Skip Birdsong. This season, the Warriors come out strong before winning their first 3 matches of the year. That would be the first of 3 3-match win streaks this year by Granite City, the last of which came from September 30th through October 3rd with wins over Alton, Mascoutah, and Civic Memorial. Since the win over CM, though, Granite City has gone 1-2-1, including that 3-0 loss at Kahok Stadium Thursday. The Warriors are looking for their first regional championship since that quarterfinal run in 2002. Collinsville, of course, won a regional championship last year, and they're looking to repeat and make it to the they made it to the 3A Super Sectional round last year. Collinsville beat Edwardsville last year for that regional championship, beat Moline for a sectional championship before losing 2-1 in Super Sectional play to Naperville North. Granite City lost to O'Fallon in regional semifinal play last year at Belleville West. Had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the LC's Pub pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the four-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahawk Sports Network, as well as the Kahawk Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
Hey, we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Fall playoffs are underway, and as usual, first up is boys soccer, as we are in Granite City tonight for a regional semifinal showdown with the host Granite City Warriors. Joining us now is Collinsville's 8th-year boys soccer head coach Rob Belugi. All right, Coach, you went through your very first season, one game under 500. First year for you with more losses than wins, so reflect on the regular season for you and your team.
The season was a learning experience for just us as a program with a new group of boys getting the experience of playing varsity soccer. You hope that with the losses come, just learning a little bit about the game, about themselves. And I feel like we've improved throughout the year, and the results haven't always been there, but we as a team have played great at moments, like the game against O'Fallon. You take the lead and, something unfortunate happens. Like, we've been in most of the games, and we just, one little mistake here, I've said this before, a couple bad minutes here, and we just get in our own way. The hope is that we figured it out leading into tonight's game, and, we can have just positive moments going forward.
Yeah, and you guys had a couple of those games where you could have pulled out that win, and we wouldn't be talking about your first ever losing record. But, that's beside the point because you play to get ready for the playoffs, correct?
Yeah, and our record doesn't, we could always change our schedule a little bit, get us some games that, you could, I guess, kind of guarantee a win against some smaller programs, but we're not made like that. That's not what we're doing. It's to prepare for, moments like tonight, to play competition that we're going to have to beat in order to make a positive run in the playoffs.
All right, so due to weather, your team started play almost a week after everyone else did, had a couple of matches under their belt, all the other teams did. So what kind of an impact did that have on your team?
game experience is important, and starting late. And I think our first game was Edwardsville. That's always an interesting one too. So just experiences come with playing games and learning. Like I said, learning as a team, learning about yourself, and I have kids in positions that they're probably not used to, and it takes a while for them to adjust to the style that I want them to play. And then they've done it. They've done great the last couple weeks. It's been a positive couple weeks. Like I said, and I really don't want tonight to be our last night, so I hope we can put it all together.
All right, so your team comes into this regional semifinal having gone 4-1 over the last 5 games. Do you feel like your team has kind of found its groove here at the end of the season?
I believe so. The way we play, it's difficult. And whenever in the middle of the year when we were in that 2-week period of injury after injury after injury, and you're just putting kids in and hoping that they can fill in the void and continue the style that we like to play, it makes things difficult. But I feel like the last couple weeks we have been in every game, and we've gotten results, which has been nice. And then the hope, like I said, is to be able to continue that positive, mountain climb, that positive upward swing, and continue to get goals scored. We've scored a lot more goals in the past 2 weeks than we have all year. Keep doing that and play well defensively, and I think we'll be okay.
All right, so who off of this year's team were you surprised with? Who's played a role on your team that you didn't see that coming in has really stood out to you?
I was always curious about all of them because the juniors, they for 3 years, a lot of them have been on varsity, just haven't played because of the group that was in front of them. So I was interested to see how they would handle wins, losses, the grind of a varsity soccer season, and they've all done a great job. They've all had their ups and downs, obviously, but they've all improved as the season has gone by. Rodrigo scoring goals, having him kind of learn how to play a little bit more instead of just sprinting all over the field. He's good at sprinting all over the field, but we also want him to understand the game a little bit. TJ Carter's amazing. He's one of my favorites. I could go on and on about all of them. Ty Starko, Jake, Mikey Suarez. All the junior class has been great. And then throw in Dominic Mann as a freshman coming in and playing solid minutes as a freshman and as a center back for us. They've all, as a collective group, been amazing this year.
All right, let's go back to the last game real quick here against Granite City, the team you're playing tonight. Marvin Chacon and Jake McIntyre scored their first ever varsity goals Thursday night. Been seeing a lot more of Chacon lately. What do you like about his game that you're playing him more?
So Marvin's very technical. He came back this summer. He wasn't. It took him a while to understand what we were asking as a program. And when he's on the field with the older boys instead of playing on the JV level, you can see his talent shine through. And I think once he got a taste of what it means to be on the varsity level, he really started to put forth, now I would say put forth effort, but put forth the things that we needed for somebody like him to get minutes on the field. And he was one of those ones that got minutes when people were injured, and then next thing you know, he was doing what was asked of him, and he was being successful on the field. And he just kind of plays simple for us, and he slows things down. We like to play 100 miles an hour, but every once in a while, he gets it and he kind of slows it down a little bit, which is always helpful for us.
All right, so you got this game against Granite City tonight. Again, you guys just played each other on Thursday, so not a real lot of surprises there except for the fact that they didn't get to see Juan Carlos Doria on Thursday night. So what's the key to win here tonight, Coach?
Same thing as the other night. Can we play more simple? Can we play in 1-2 touches? While we played fine, I believe that we have another level that we can get to if you play simple and move the ball a little bit more. And they know Juan. He's a 4-year varsity player and a 3-year varsity starter. So everybody knows who he is. It's can he come out for us and be the dominant player that he can be.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Rob Lugie, your Collinsville Kahok head coach. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw starters your way and some stats. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Looking for someone to help get your house in tip-top shape? Look no further than former Kahok Kara Gray with Clean Living Cleaning Services. From bathrooms to kitchens to garages to bedrooms and even commercial spaces, Clean Living is your place to go. Clean Living guarantees expert-level work done by expert-level cleaners. No matter how much grit, how much grime, let Clean Living shine. For more information, check out the Clean Living Cleaning Services on Facebook or call 618-979-9634. A clean space is a happy place. Clean Living Cleaning Services, 618-979-9634. Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahok Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022. Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for Veterans in Need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Once again, we welcome you back here to Gene Baker Field in Granite City. Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you tonight for this regional semifinal game number 2. Game number 1 already in the books. Belleville West took care of Alton by a score of 7-0. And now we have Collinsville taking on Granite City. Chris Kettler, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm all right. Great to be here. Beautiful night. Let's get this postseason soccer going here. See what the Chaos kind of run we can get going. Last year made it to the Super Sectional.
All right, so to set you all up, we are outside of the press box because this brand new press box does not have windows that open. And not only that, but they have tinted windows as well, so being inside is not an option. So we are on the outside here. Chris Kettler giving them the tour. Over here on the left side, you're going to run into the corner of the building because it does not go any farther than that. And over here on the left side, we have a pole that's kind of in the way of the corner kick, but it is not in the way of the goal. So that is our setup here tonight as we get ready to look at Collinsville in their first match here on this brand new turfed Gene Baker Field after all those years playing on that grass and sometimes in the mud and definitely a lot of potholes in that old field. So things look pretty well out here.
Yeah, they got some nice things going here in Granite. They've got a softball field going. They turfed this soccer field, so pretty nice here. They'll be able to keep it real nice here. We're got some tough sight lines here. But,
yeah, we do.
But we'll deal with it here. We're ready to go.
We will. All right, here are your starters. We'll begin with Collinsville. In goal is Braden Hinson. In front of Braden Hinson, you have Juan Carlos Doria, Mikey Suarez, Jake McIntyre, Ty Starko, Chris Munoz, TJ Carter, Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza, Dominic Mann, Evan Wilkinson, and Enrique Carranza. Here's a shot on goal that goes right past the near post off of the foot there of Juan Carlos Doria. Man, oh man, that just barely missed going in.
From way out, he just decided to take the shot. Why not? Opening 30 seconds. Send something down towards the goal. See if Granite doesn't make a mistake.
Tyler Lakin is in goal tonight for Granite City, and we promise you it is Tyler Lakin. We had him listed as the starting goalkeeper Thursday in the Paz Cup, but it turns out it was Tyson Wilkinson who got that start. But Tyler Lakin is in goal for Granite City tonight. In front of him, you will find Ryan Rash, Nash Young, Seth Blaylock, another shot on goal for Collinsville, but this one blocked out by the defense. Patrick French, R.J. Brookshire, Elijah Blaylock, Benjamin Wilson, Armando Hernandez, Carson Williams, and the former Kahok, Joey Morales. Collinsville out there in the purple uniforms, got a little light purple on the sleeves. Numbers on the front and the back are in white. Granite City, they're in their white uniforms. Collinsville is the home team here tonight, by the way, because they have the higher seed as far as the playoff bracket is concerned. Granite City's numbers on the fronts and the backs are in black, nice and easy to see. Quite the gusty wind here this afternoon in the Midwest. We made it to a high of, I think, around 82 degrees today, so a nice warm day. The winds are coming out of the south, which means for you it is blowing from the right side of your screen to the left, so Collinsville will be shooting into the wind in this first half, but they'll have the wind at their back in the second half. And here's another strike toward the goal, missed out, but Munoz finds the loose rebound. He'll take it in front of the 18-yard box, and he'll send one out of bounds across the line, and looks like Collinsville may have their first corner kick of this game.
Yeah, initially stolen away by Suarez, and then he got it to Munoz, who had a little bit of a line for a shot at the goal, but Morales just kicked it out for Granite City, and the Cats will take this corner.
So no real shot on goal yet. Collinsville's had a couple of chances. One went wide, but not on goal. Here's the corner kick, and it banks off the backside of one of the Granite City players in the 18-yard box, and now Granite City will break it out and send it all the way up. Collinsville blanked Granite City Thursday night at home with a 3-0 win. And Collinsville looking to advance to the regional championship game Friday night against Belleville West, a team that Collinsville beat earlier this year. Matter of fact, Collinsville handed the Maroons their only Southwestern Conference loss on the year, as Belleville West wrapped up the Southwestern Conference Championship with a 9-1 record. And now we have a whistle on the play. Leading scorer for Collinsville is Chris Munoz with his 11 goals. Juan Carlos Doria, not too far behind him with 8, and Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza with 7. We still do not have any stats on the goalkeepers for Granite City. They only have them listed on the STL site, playing 40 minutes each, and we know that's not correct, and they don't have any stats available on Max Prep, so there wasn't any way to get any goalie stats, but we do have player stats, and their leading scorer is Armando Hernandez. He came into Thursday night's game at Collinsville with 17 goals, and that's exactly what he has starting tonight's contest. So 17 goals for Armando Hernandez. Seth Blaylock is the closest one to him, but he's still 11 goals behind, as Blaylock has 6 on the year. Here is Juan Carlos Doria with those fresh legs after not being able to play Thursday night's game. He'll send the ball over to Mikey Suarez on the far side. Suarez sends it into the 18-yard box, but that's punched out on a header by Joey Morales. Collinsville, though, continues to pick up the ball. Here is Mikey Suarez. Suarez will send the ball up to the box, and a catch on the fly by Tyler Lakin. And we remain scoreless at this point. Belleville West and Alton, they played a pretty good first half. Belleville West only managed to score 1 goal in that first half, but then came out on fire. They scored 5 goals in the first 11 minutes of half number 2, and scored another late goal to win that one by a score of 7-0. So they await the winner of this one Friday night at 5 o'clock. Out to midfield we go, and off of the foot of Seth Blaylock.
Just moving around midfield right now. The Chaos have gotten the better part of the offensive pressure so far, but not too much yet, no shots.
So this is a pure soccer field, as you can tell. It's not a football field that doubles as a soccer field, so we don't have the benefit of yards to tell you about, as we normally do when everybody plays on a football field because the football markings allow us to figure out how many yards everybody is away from the goal. So it'll be a pure guess when we get to certain points of the game as to how many yards they are out, except for the 18-yard box and the 6-yard box. That we know. So, scoreless here early on. We have 34-40 left to play here in this first half. Here is Munoz. He'll pop one into the box, and once again, Lakin will catch it on the fly. And another goal kick restart coming up here for Granite City. Lakin sends the ball not very far considering he's got the wind at his back. Doesn't quite make it to midfield, but right below our location. Granite City will pick it up, and here is Patrick French. French sends the ball over to Young. Young over this way to Brookshire. Brookshire being watched closely by Mikey Suarez, and then TJ Carter comes in to help out. Carter was attached to his hip there for a little while. That one gets through the defense, but Ty Starko will get there first, and he'll send the ball across the sideline, and it'll be a throw-in for Granite City just outside of the 18-yard box.
First thing that resembles any kind of offensive attack for Granite City. Moving some passes there, or moving the ball along, connecting some passes.
Yep, totally forgot to start my clock. Thank you, somebody, for chiming in on that. Oh, let's get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 33, and we're close to that. Now we're good. I'm glad I looked down at my phone and saw that message because I completely forgot. Trying to set up out here. I got set up at first where I put the camera over here where I'm standing, which is on the left side of this table they have set outside for us. But that pole that we showed you earlier was right in the way of the goal, so I had to kind of tear everything down and move everything over a little bit so we can make sure we get at least the 2 goals in. And then when we started off, had a little bit of connectivity issue with the old hotspot, and took a couple of movements of the hotspot to get things going. So I got a little frazzled there and forgot to turn on the clock once the game started. But anyway, we rectified the situation. Here is Ty Starko. Starko will send the ball into the wind. Wind has been gusting at around 20, 25 miles per hour for most of the day, and the American flag off to my left here is still whipping pretty good in the wind, but we are right outside the door of the press box, so we have the entire press box that's blocking the wind from us. So that cuts down on the wind noise over the microphones and keeps the paperwork intact as well. So we are kind of happy about that. Starko pops the ball straight up, trying to send it upfield, but couldn't do it. Then off of a head, and finally onto the foot of Patrick French. French works his way over near the corner of the 18-yard box, but couldn't get any farther. Collinsville thought they had an opportunity to send that ball back down the other end of the field. Now they will, as TJ Carter comes up with it. He's being watched closely by Armando Hernandez, and now we're going to have a foul called against Hernandez, and Collinsville's going to get a free kick from about 80 yards away.
Carter was able to clear the ball out, but Granite's referee went ahead and went with the foul after that, as Granite City gained the advantage of the ball right back right after the pass.
So Collinsville sends it back down into the offensive zone, picked up there by Juan Carlos Doria. Doria back to the midfield stripe to Mikey Suarez. Suarez will punch it toward the front of the box off of a head there, and trying to settle it down is Rodrigo Hernandez, but he couldn't, so Granite City will come away with it, and they'll send it all the way back out here to midfield. Ty Starko gets a hold of it and sends it right back to where it came from. See, that ball took a little bit of a turn there into that wind. And now the Kahawks trying to settle it down once again. Here is Rodrigo Hernandez trying to feed the ball to Chris Munoz, who is coming right up the middle of the 18-yard box. Didn't quite make it to him, though. And now Rodrigo will end up sending the ball out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of one of the Granite City players. So Collinsville will get the throw in. All the way outside the 18-yard box, comes back out, and a shot into the box again. Comes all the way back out. Now Evan Wilkinson will try to take over. He sends it over to the far side for Doria. Or excuse me, that is Jake McIntyre. Yep. Hard to see those numbers from all the way over here, especially when they're facing me, because the numbers on the fronts of the jerseys are a lot smaller.
He was trying to connect the pass into the box. There was McIntyre all the way from that left mid position.
Here is TJ Carter. Carter will send the ball up to Carranza. Carranza tries to thread a pass over to Munoz in the middle of the field, but that was picked off by Nash Young. And Young then gets double teamed. He has Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza in there with him, and then body goes to the ground. That's McIntyre. Carranza couldn't get a hold of it, and now Juan Carlos Doria does. And back over to Carranza. They'll send the ball up the sideline, and that ball ends up going out of bounds despite the effort to keep it in bounds by Hernandez Mendoza.
A couple guys, Kahawks with some good efforts to keep the ball in. Doria trying to chase it down the sideline.
And into that sideline it stays. Carranza trying to kick it out to the middle. Now Hernandez Mendoza takes a shot, and that one just goes past the near side post as well. That's 2 misses on that near side post for Collinsville. This one by Hernandez Mendoza, the last one by Chris Munoz, or excuse me, Juan Carlos Doria. And that ball will end up going across the end line, and I believe is it a throw-in or a corner kick? I can't tell.
There'd be a corner. Looked like 2 guys ran to the corner, but we can't see it.
Nope, sure can't. You just have to wait for the ball to come out. It's on the way, and that one's caught by Lakin in midair, and if he wouldn't have caught that, that was probably going to sneak in that far side corner. And Collinsville almost scored again, so you count that as a shot on goal, and that is the official first shot on goal here by Collinsville.
I'll assume Suarez took that corner kick. He's already knocked in 2 from corners this year, both against Alton, and trying for that third.
So Granite City punches the ball back into their offensive zone, and here is R.J. Brookshire. Brookshire trying to work himself around Carranza, and Brookshire comes over to this near side. Heads back over toward the middle and puts a shot toward the goal, but that's blocked out by Dominic Mann, and the rebound comes all the way to the other side of the pitch here, and Granite City back out to midfield. Will send the ball right into the top of the circle to Nash Young. Young, he'll send the ball up, but TJ Carter is there to pick that ball off, and then Carter gets kind of stopped there by Young, and Granite City goes back to work. Warriors send the ball up the sideline, but it goes out of bounds, and Collinsville will have the throw in from there. 28 minutes left to play here in this first half. No score yet between Collinsville and Granite City. Winner will move on to Friday's regional championship game and will face the Belleville West Maroons. Here is Granite City, and that one's off of the referee, so he stops play there. Couldn't quite get out of the way fast enough, could he?
No, he tried. He's going to go ahead and just call it a drop ball, but they're going to give it back to Granite because they really pretty much had the ball anyway. Collinsville didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Challenge that.
There's a ball that's off of Ty Starko's head, comes all the way back out to midfield, but Collinsville couldn't get to the ball first, and they'll send it up to the front of the box off of the head of Evan Wilkinson, and TJ Carter stops it from there. Send it back to Starko. Starko over this way for Mann, back to the middle for Carter, but that ball is blocked out by Granite City. Collinsville gets a hold of it again, sends it up to the midfield logo here at Gene Baker Field. Here is Juan Carlos Doria trying to work himself around Nash Young. Doria gets double teamed over there, punches the ball with the side of his foot to Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza, and tried to give it back to Doria, but left him just a little bit too far on that feed, and Seth Blaylock sends the ball to the other side, and then Granite City will send it up, but it'll cross into the line. The out of bounds line over there with that red turf. So it's a very comfortable evening, that's for sure. Normally this time of year, you never know what you're going to get. I can't even believe it's already October 22nd, man. October has just flown by.
Yeah, we were here in the last day of September.
I know.
Just across the way, right behind us here, but on the other side, the football game, there was remnants of a hurricane earlier that day.
Last time we've had some rain, actually. Haven't had rain since then.
Sprinkled maybe a couple times about 11 o'clock today at the school.
Yeah, we didn't see anything where I was.
That was about it.
We are not going to see any rain until, guess when? Halloween. It's either cold or rainy here for Halloween lately. Looks like it's going to be a little bit on the rainy side. Maybe. It's still, 9 days away, so it remains to be seen what the forecast is going to be then. Collinsville trying to get back into the offensive zone. They started off with a lot of possession in the offensive zone, but since then, things have kind of gone back and forth a little bit here, but Collinsville still had the better opportunities so far than Granite City has.
The one corner kick has been the big opportunity. Granite City's only connected some good passes maybe once or twice to get deep down in the Collinsville zone.
I don't even think they've been inside the 18-yard box. The Warriors. Collinsville's been in a couple of times on their end of the field.
Missed some passes that maybe could have threatened a little bit more, but now Collinsville just going to take the ball away from Granite and try to move up here as Chacon got in here for the Cahoks. You talked about him in the pregame show.
Yeah. Chacon sends the ball up to Doria. Doria finds Munoz. Munoz sends it up into the box, and Doria trying to chase it down. He does, but he's got somebody right on his back, so couldn't turn around and get a shot on goal. There's one sent right back into the box, but that's taken care of by Patrick French. And then they'll send the ball all the way up for Armando Hernandez, the leading scorer for Granite City this year. Collinsville gets next touch, and they'll send it right back to Munoz. Munoz breaks in. Another chance for Doria, but that was blocked out first by Granite City, and then the ball will end up going across the end line. And I cannot see the line judge over here on this side to tell me what it's going to be, a corner kick or not, so I'm just going to assume that it is.
I'm assuming that it is when Suarez and Munoz both go back in the corner. They always do that, where maybe one will send it all the way in the box, or maybe he'll just pass it to Munoz. They usually keep that option.
Yeah, they got a guy pretty close up to him, though, so I don't know if he would pass that ball, or we'll find out. This is Collinsville's second corner kick. And it is on the way. Stays low and didn't even make it to where he wanted it to go. Comes out, and the man over there guarding for the pass instead of the corner kick gets first touch on it. Sends it up to Nash Young. And Young in a little bit of a battle over there with Dominic Mann. Up to midfield it goes. Collinsville steps up, and Ty Starko looks like he took a kick to the shin, and he's down, but looks like he's going to get back up and try to walk that one off. That's not Starko, is it?
That's McIntyre.
That's McIntyre, yeah. Starko's already had some leg problems this year, so we don't need that to happen. And here is Chris Munoz, who is going to take this kick from about 50 yards away. Munoz, have seen him score from about 30 yards away. This one's heading toward the 18-yard box and goes out the near side post once again. And it'll be a goal kick restart.
Past so many guys, how did it not touch anybody? Went straight out of bounds. There's no one there.
Keller Hickam will come into the game. Takes the place of Elijah Blaylock as we approach 22:40 left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Granite City. That one got into the wind, that's for sure. All the way past midfield for the Warriors, and fighting for some room is Patrick French. French lost control of the ball. Collinsville sends it back to Starko. Starko kind of almost kicked the ball a little. I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to move the ball up a few yards so he can get a running start at it, but he almost didn't get enough of it, and Granite City almost picked it off. Here is Munoz with a nice pass from Hernandez Mendoza. A shot that goes off the backside of one of the Warriors players, and Lakin came out and took care of the bouncing ball before any damage could be done.
That's exactly what it did. It went off one of the Warriors and just started bouncing around. It definitely didn't go where Rodrigo thought it would be. He had to turn back around and see, where is that ball? Ended up rolling to Lakin.
Off of the head of Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets it right back off of Suarez. And now a battle for it just above the midfield circle. Nash Young sends it over. And then it goes back to Nash Young right before Chris Munoz was ready to intercept that pass. Here is Joey Morales, the former Kahok. Morales pokes it up toward the front of the box but couldn't get it quite in there. And Suarez will send it over to the other side. Collinsville will send it all the way down across the line, but it's going to go out of bounds. Stopped over there by Rob Luggie. 8th year as Collinsville's head coach, and the first time that Coach Luggie has his soccer team finish under 500. 8-9, just one game under 500, so technically the first losing season for Luggie in the regular season, but we can fix that and pick up a couple of playoff wins and finish this season on a high note. Nothing higher than coming away with a state championship, that's for sure. Nice move there by Juan Carlos Doria. Doria will leave the ball and then sent over to Munoz. Munoz back over to Chacon, and Chacon stops right before he gets to the 18-yard box, and here's an opportunity for Collinsville. A shot and a score by Doria. Collinsville jumps out front first. Nice job on the tic-tac-toe passes that ends up finding Doria, and Doria takes care of business.
Collinsville just connecting some passes, got it into Chacon in the middle, and he just really settled it down and was able to look and Doria got in behind everybody, but he stayed onside and buried in the back of the net. 1-0 Kahawks.
Give Chacon the assist. He had his first ever varsity goal Thursday night against Granite City, and now gets to follow it up with an assist. Nicely done there. Collinsville leads by a score of 1-0. And we have 20 minutes and 26 seconds left to play here in this first half. So nice job, Collinsville, jumping out to that early lead. Back to action. Granite City now has to chase the game.
Collinsville Kahawks goal scored by number 4, Juan Carlos Doria.
For Doria, that would be his 9th goal of the year.
Doria, Kahawks, 20-26 remaining in the first half.
Yep, Doria missed the game. Last game between these two teams on Thursday after getting the red card against O'Fallon. But he gets a goal here tonight.
And you are never comfortable with just a 1-goal lead, are you?
No, but you can play a little bit better knowing you do have a lead, but it's definitely not safe here with so much time left.
Hickman lost the ball. Collinsville gets it. Ty Starko sends it into that wind. It gets hung up there for quite a while into that gusty breeze. And right at the midfield logo, as Palmasamo is into the game now for Collinsville.
Doria a break after getting the goal.
I'm sure he could probably use it, even though he didn't get to play Thursday's game. He's got the fresh legs, but I know running up and down this field, that's got to be tiring. I'd be gassed. But I'm old. I got an excuse. I am not a teenager. That was a long, long time ago. Collinsville, back to work. Here is Munoz. Munoz has about 5 guys wearing white following him up the field and decides to retreat with the ball a little bit. Let the rest of his teammates get down there and help him out a little bit. And now Munoz will send the ball over to the midfield circle for Carranza. Carranza, he moves up, got his head up, looking for somebody to pass the ball to. Tries it in the front of the box for, I believe that was Mendoza. Hernandez Mendoza, couldn't find him. And right before Munoz could get there, a Granite City player got there first. And now Munoz has that ball go out of bounds off of him. So Granite City will have the throw in right in front of the Kahawk bench. We are just a little over halfway through this first half. 18-20 left to play here in half number 1. Collinsville with a 1-0 lead. Juan Carlos Doria picking up his 9th goal of the year. And Granite City, with that wind behind them, sends the ball downfield. Collinsville intercepts. Here is Munoz. Munoz sends the ball all the way up to Palmasano. Palmasano's got some speed, man. He comes inside the 18-yard box, tries to send a pass over to Hernandez Mendoza. Never made it to him, though. Now Palmasano will get the ball right back. He'll send it out to Suarez. Suarez gets past the defender, puts a shot toward the goal, but that's going wide. And a little bit of bend on it, and I'm sure the wind didn't help at all.
Yeah, he didn't account for the wind there. He should have swung it out a little bit more.
Yeah, should have aimed for that near side post.
Yeah, aim for the near side and let the wind guide you there. It was a good shot from a distance. Good opportunity from a distance for Suarez, but just didn't finish it.
Giovanni Mann checks into the game. Starko gets there and sends one right into the crowd, right below us. No bleachers on the other side of Gene Baker Field now. That used to be filled with bleachers over there. But all the bleachers have been moved over to this side. And they had just a couple of, movable bleachers on each side of the old press boxes. The old press box was a huge thing.
There was no bleachers over here other than them old ones that are here on the football side. Everybody sat on that side, and this teams were over here.
That's true. I thought they had the old bleachers on the far ends for some reason or another. Throw in coming up here for Granite City. 16.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Day off tomorrow. And we'll have some Lady Kahawk volleyball coming up for you Thursday from Belleville East. It's their final regular season game. Their final home match is tonight against O'Fallon. And they will play O'Fallon 1 week from tonight in the first regional semifinal at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. First time in a while, I think the Lady Kahok volleyball team didn't play the team they were facing in the regional semifinal in their last regular season game of the year. Close to it, though.
For the Kahawks, number 6, Jake McIntyre for Dominic Vanny.
They've run above at least a lot of years.
Yeah, I think 2 years in a row, right?
At least.
15 and a half to go here in this first half. And a whistle. Foul against Collinsville, so Granite City will have a free kick from just across the midfield stripe here at Gene Baker Field. And Morales will just tap the ball over and get it right back, and then Morales will send the ball into the 18-yard box, and it's going to bounce all the way across the line. And it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Braden Hinson. Hinson places the ball on the stripe that represents the border of the 6-yard box. And sends it out to midfield, but he's got that wind to deal with, and it doesn't quite make it to midfield. Close off the back of the head of Chacon, and then it comes down for Ryan Rash. Rash sends the ball up for Blaylock. That's Seth Blaylock, and now a loose ball. Trying to get there first is Munoz, and he does. Right underneath our location here on this platform, just outside of the door of this press box. Comes down, and Granite City gets a hold of it first. Collinsville will take care of that and send it on back up. And Giovanni Mann sends it back to the defense. Here is Wilkinson with it. Wilkinson at midfield will send it even deeper into the defense, and Starko with it. Starko sends the ball headed over toward that sideline, but didn't kind of make it that far. But Munoz finds it at the bottom part of the midfield circle here. And then all the way across the end line, that will go, and it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Tyler Lakin. $13 and a half to go. First half action. Collinsville leads 1-0. Juan Carlos Doria scores almost midway through that first half. 20:26 was the time left on the clock. Marvin Chacon gets the assist on the Doria goal.
For Juan Carlos Doria, number 21, Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza.
Hernandez Mendoza will come back in. TJ Carter goes out, and that ball goes out of bounds over on the Kahok side of the field, where all the backpacks are sitting belonging to Collinsville. Granite City keeps that ball in. They'll send it back to the midfield area. Trying to chase it down over there was Palmisano, but he couldn't quite get there, and now Granite City sends it all the way back to midfield. Wilkinson uses his head to send it back in the other direction. Then Munoz steps in front of Nash Young. He'll poke the ball into the 18-yard box, but Lakin will have no problem coming out and scooping that one up before any damage can be done.
Ball was taking some interesting bounces down there in the box. It split two Warrior defenders, and Lakin was able to get in there in time.
Back out to midfield. Off of the head of Collinsville. Hernandez Mendoza, and then a shot that goes well high. And into the no man's land over there between one fence and another fence. They've got these big poles already inserted into the ground behind both of these nets, but they have yet to string up the netting that'll keep that from happening. I'm sure we'll see that next year.
I thought they had it before. Maybe it just didn't get back up in the construction.
Still a work in progress there, Kettler. Still a work in progress.
Yeah.
Popped off of the head of Wilkinson. Comes down right at the end of the Granite City logo. They'll send it back into Collinsville's offensive zone, but the defense for Granite City will get it right back into their offensive zone. They'll send the ball upfield off of the foot of Patrick French, and he loses control of it, but Hernandez Mendoza finds it. Rodrigo sends the ball up to Suarez. Suarez over here on this near side. We'll send the ball up to Palmisano. Palmisano trying to chase it down as he's just about out of our view, and then a handball, I believe. Couldn't tell. Kind of went out of my view just at that time. But it's going to be a Granite City ball as they'll have a free kick from all the way down near where the corner flag is.
It's just been a regular foul.
Yeah.
We totally lost it. Here we go.
There we go. Ball comes back into my view, and it gets sent over here to this side, and then it'll go out of bounds, and Granite City will have a throw in right underneath our location. It'll be taken by Benjamin Wilson. Wilson throws it in immediately to Young and then loses control of the ball. And then Juan Carlos Doria finds it, steps on the ball, puts a little spin on it, sends it back out to midfield for Munoz. Munoz turns the corner right at the logo, sends one up toward the front of the 18-yard box. Mendoza trying to settle it down to get a shot off. He finally does, sends it into the middle, and boy, oh boy, Jake McIntyre couldn't slow it down long enough to get a shot on goal off, and Granite City takes advantage of it and sends the ball back out the other way as the Warriors approach midfield. That is Elijah Blaylock with it. And now over to Seth Blaylock. And then up the line on the far side.
Kahok's moving them real long passes. It's spreading Granite City out and almost worked with that centering pass back to McIntyre, but just couldn't control the ball.
Lakin was coming out to get that ball, but the Granite City defender felt a little pressure coming from behind, so he sent it over to the near side defenseman. Here's a chance now for Armando Hernandez. Hernandez trying to get around Carranza, and then Starko gets into the way, and that ball goes wide near far side post and out of bounds, so a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville as we approach 9 minutes left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of the Kahawks.
Carter's break is over. Hunter Brinker comes in. And so does Dominic Mann back in. He started.
Chacon and Carranza will go out, as will Palmisano. So a three-player swap coming up here for Collinsville. Blues are playing tonight at home as they continue their homestand against the only undefeated team left in the NHL, the Winnipeg Jets. The Blues did not beat Winnipeg at all last year, lost to them 3 times.
Super scheduled night of the NHL. Everybody's playing.
Yeah, everybody's playing, all 32 teams. Over on the far side, sent back into Granite City's offensive zone, but Collinsville gets there first and sends it up the field. Here is TJ Carter. Carter trying to get there first, couldn't do it, but the ball will end up finding Juan Carlos Doria. Doria, he tries to move the ball up, gets around one defender, and then got another couple to get around. He does, comes around the side of the box, and then he'll get tripped inside the box, but they're not going to call a foul on that play. They're going to call it a corner kick, so Collinsville will have their 3rd corner kick of this game.
Right, so he was just clearing the ball out. Doria had already sent it in, and he was just kind of held up after the ball was cleared out.
So the far side corner is where we go once again. And the kick is on the way. It stays low once again.
Yeah, that one was even lower and shorter than the last one.
Sure was. Comes out toward midfield. Collinsville has enough players back there. They end up taking control of that ball. Starko will send it back, or excuse me, Mann will send it back, and then off of one of the Granite City players, and then Collinsville gets a hold of it again, sends it back to the offensive side, and here once again is Doria. Doria pokes the ball up, trying to find Munoz, but led him just a little bit too far with that pass. And now back out to midfield we go. Granite City looking for an attack. They would like to try to get a shot on goal. They have not had a shot on goal yet in this game. They only had 2 Thursday night when they lost to Collinsville 3-0. Matter of fact, I think both of those shots on goal for Granite City came in the second half of that game. Player goes down for Collinsville. I thought for a second there that the referee was going to blow his whistle, but he thought better of it and let him continue playing. And that ball goes across the in-line, and Braden Henson will put us back to work. I was listening to the Gauntlet, the 4 o'clock trivia on ESPN when I was on my way out here, and they had a trivia question about which NHL rink that the Blues are not going to play in this year. And one of them on the list was the United Center, and I'm thinking, well, that's where the Blackhawks play, so surely we're playing the Blackhawks at the United Center once this year. Turns out that was the correct answer, as apparently The only trip the Blues are making to Chicago this year is going to be for the Winter Classic that's going to be played at Wrigley Field.
Really?
Yeah. I thought that's what I said. I'm like, really? I'm like, a division rival and we're only playing them one time at Chicago? Okay.
Guess it makes sense in the. Why else? Yeah. Unless there was any other stadium games, it would have to be the reason why.
Yeah, well, normally, man, back in years past, you would play, division rivals like, 6 times? 3 at home and 3 on the road? But I'm guessing since the...
travel ain't what it used to be.
Yeah.
60 years ago or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm glad I wasn't the one answering the questions, or I would have failed on that one. The caller said the rink that the Islanders play in, UBS Arena or something like that. And Kerry Davis on 101 ESPN had it right when he said United Center. I'm thinking to myself, come on, dude, that's where the Blackhawks play. Surely we're playing there. Nope, not the case. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half of this one. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Granite City trying to control the play just a little bit more in their offensive side. They'll send it over to the far sideline and then send it just outside the 18-yard box, and they couldn't catch it in time to stop the ball from going across the end line. So another Braden Henson goal restart coming here.
You got your tickets for the Winter Classic? You going?
No. I am not going to Chicago in January. I don't even want to be in St. Louis in January. I'd rather be in Mexico or something.
Remember Chad Burgess?
Chad Burgess went, yeah, that Minnesota, right?
Yeah, when it was like
5
below.
It was cold. Here's a chance for Granite City, and player got taken down. Yeah, got shoved down from behind. There's a pass, and that one goes just outside the goal. Or did it go in?
They're waving it off.
Yeah. Well, unless there was a hole in the net, that didn't go in.
Oh, it didn't go in. Okay. I missed the angle. It fooled everybody.
Yeah. Everybody thought it made it in the near side post and went back into that near side corner, but when the ball came out of that near side corner, you kind of knew that that wasn't a goal, because there's no way they're going to put up netting that has holes in it here for a regional championship game. But that's Granite City's best opportunity so far tonight, but still not a shot on goal.
Great job by Henson cutting off the angle. Then Granite City guy was right on centered there, and he tried to bury it in the corner there, but so Henson cut that off real well and made a miss.
Yeah. Throw in comes in. Starko gets there first. He pops the ball up in the air. We have 3 minutes to play here in this first half. And Granite City trying to work a little bit of magic here, as they've kind of owned the play here for the last couple of minutes. Had some opportunities.
They're getting the better bit of the play, some energy here, and shove from behind. Hernandez takes down Munoz there.
So Collinsville will have a free kick from midfield. Right at the end of that G there for Granite City. Going to be taken by Starko into the wind. If this was with the wind at your back, you might think you have a chance here, but Starko, he does a pretty good job getting it into the 18-yard box and headed right back out, though. Granite City will begin their attack once again. Starko is going to go track down that ball. No one else there to do it but him. As we approach 2 minutes left to play here in this first half. Don't forget, we have the Woods Basement Systems halftime show coming up. We'll try to find out what's going on in the Granite City, or excuse me, the Quincy Regional. One game should be over. They had a 5 o'clock start for their first regional semifinal, while the regional semifinal here started at 4:30. Here comes Granite City once again. They'll send the ball over here to Brookshire, and Brookshire sends the ball over to Nash Young. Young looks, sends one that takes a little bit of a bend, and a bouncer that Henson has no problem with.
Henson at the time, he made sure to just go ahead and let it bounce before he tried to run out of his spot to get that ball.
Yep. As we approach 1 minute left to go, that ball all the way back out to midfield.
Wind died down for a second and allowed him to get a good foot on that one.
Nice little job there by Hernandez Mendoza. He went for the ball at the same time as the Granite City player did, and they clashed shins.
Yeah, Morales is down.
Yeah. And we're going to have to stop the clock here.
As we just hit 59.9, just barely under a minute here, and we'll have the stoppage. The check on Morales.
So Morales is laying down there and getting checked on by the by the athletic trainers here. So we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout here as they deal with him. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahok football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans, and he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered, and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com. Celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar & Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar & Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar & Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar & Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting collinsvillefoundation.com.
Back here at Granite City, Gene Baker Field, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. So they're helping to carry Joey Morales off of the field as he was favoring that right leg, and him and Chris Munoz went for the ball at the same time, and I think that Munoz got the ball and Morales' leg all at the same time, and that's why Morales got hurt, and things don't look too well for him. We wish him the best of luck, the former Collinsville Kahok. He has a lot of friends on that team.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's always a nice young man to me when I would see him at school, and I was trying to remember what happened to him. I didn't see him. Then I saw him on the Granite City roster. I was like, I guess he moved.
Yeah.
But he's a nice young man. Definitely no intent there with his, because they're all friends here from Collinsville, too.
All this with 59 seconds left to play here in this first half.
They carried him off. It sounded like they were wanting to call an ambulance or something, but I guess they felt it was safe enough to lift him up. And
he got him right in the shin. And I tell you what, man, there's not a lot of meat coverage over that shin bone.
In the game for the Kahawks, number 4, Juan Carlos Storia.
Center
Number
officials
15,
talking to
Marvin Chacon.
Granite City coach.
In the game for the Warriors.
Yep, Ryan
number 4,
Reeves.
Tuck Bradley.
That was another trivia question today. Was
Ryan Reeves, what was it?
yeah, we trade when we got Oscar Sundquist. Who did we trade to Pittsburgh to get him? And the answer was Ryan Reeves.
He was like one of them enforcer types. He wasn't usually one to.
No. But there was a lot of fans that were very upset with that
Score.
trade because they liked Ryan Reeves
No, yeah,
a lot.
he definitely filled a role.
Oh yeah, definitely could put up a fight. That's for sure.
They fight anymore in hockey?
They do, but not as much as they used to. It's frowned upon. Now the referee over near Collinsville's bench. And they are going to give Granite City the ball, and they're going to throw it in from just at the end of the Kahok bench.
Yeah, that was where we left off.
Yeah.
I think the Cavs just went ahead and took it out of bounds, and making sure Morales got checked in on.
Loose ball comes all the way over here to this side. Trying to chase it down is Mikey Suarez, and he does get there first, just barely beating Benjamin Wilson. And now, Going to have a foul called against Suarez. A little push from behind.
And shoved to the back.
Granite City fans are right below us. I'm guessing you can tell that by now. So the free kick coming from Seth Blaylock here from just underneath our location. 20 seconds left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. And Seth Blaylock will send the ball into the front of the 18-yard box. Popped off of the head, but backwards from Chacon. And then Henson jumps up in the air and comes down with the ball. And now he appears to be hurt as he is inside almost close to the 6-yard box. But the
probably got the wind knocked out of him just the way he came down.
Yeah.
And rolled across the Granite City player.
Yeah, that was Patrick French. They just kind of ran into each other as Henson was going up for the ball.
At the end of the first half of play,
that is the end of the first half of play. And it is time for the halftime show, brought to you today by my friends at Woods Basement Systems. All things basement-y. Woods Basement Systems been doing their thing since 1986, and that thing is keeping homes dry. And if you have a problem with that at your Blues and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121, or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Halftime here, Collinsville leads 1-0. Juan Carlos Doria scored almost halfway through the first half, on a nice feed from Marvin Chacon. And Juan Carlos put it in the back of the net, and Collinsville leads 1-0. Lady Kahok volleyball at home against O'Fallon. The freshman and the JV teams both lost 2 matches to none. The varsity lost in 3 matches. Collinsville actually won the first set 25-22, but then dropped sets number 2 and 3, 25-20 in the second set and 25-15 in the third set. Those 2 teams will meet 1 week from tonight in the regional semifinal that takes place at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Other soccer scores we have for you: Edwardsville and Quincy. They're not getting underway until they got underway at 7 o'clock, and at last check, no score. In the first regional semifinal of that Quincy regional, it was O'Fallon all over Springfield Southeast by a score of 9-0. In Class 1A regional semifinal action, same score as Father McGivney took care of Maryville Christian. And in the 2A semifinal, Triad down Salem by a score of 1-0. The Blues got underway just a little while ago, and they are scoreless as they approach pretty much the halfway point of that first period. And that is all that we have for you. And once again, we thank our folks at Woods Basement System for sponsoring the halftime show. If you have some water damage in your house and you want that damage to stop, you need to give my friends at Woods Basement Systems a call. 618-708-4055. Second half action is what we have coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union strong. We are Kahok strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
Probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com, or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Gene Baker Field at Granite City High School. Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you. We are ready for second half action, and we are underway here in half number 2. Collinsville gets the first half goal and leads by a score of 1-0. Tight game between these two storied franchises, if you will. Two storied programs. Of course, Granite City has 10 state championships in boys soccer. Collinsville has 4. So two of the more winningest programs around the area as far as state championships are concerned. And we have our first whistle here in this second half. And a free kick coming up here for O'Fallon. This one's going to be just outside of the 18-yard box. So Hinson over there hugging the corner post, and this shot being taken here by Nash Young. And there's the whistle, and it is going to be more like a pass out in front of the 18-yard box. I don't understand that decision at all. Collinsville comes away with it. Here comes Ty Starko. Starko moving up there like he's a forward. Over to Hernandez Mendoza. Shot and a save by Lakin. Boy, oh boy, that was a rocket shot.
Lots of momentum up the field for the Cahoks. Starko just got going there and led Hernandez Mendoza. Rocket shot. Nice hand save there by Lakin, though.
Sure was. Now the ball back out to midfield. And Collinsville sends it back up, trying for some more offense. Here's Hernandez Mendoza. He'll punch the ball over to Juan Carlos Doria. Doria has the first goal. He'll try to send one in there and bend it, but he has the wind at his back this time, so we're not going to bend as much at this end as they would at the other end.
That's the adjustment we need to make. I need to bend it around a little bit, but that one was such a late breaking one.
Blues took the 1-0 lead over the Winnipeg Jets. Brandon Saad with a goal in the first period there, so the Blues up 1-0. Goal kick restart coming up here by Tyler Lakin. Lakin, a senior goalkeeper, will send it close to midfield. Remember, Collinsville has the wind at their back here in this second half, so we'll see if they can use that to their advantage. Right now, Granite City with the ball, and Benjamin Wilson over on the far side, very close to end up going out of bounds. Surprised it didn't. But Granite City keeps the ball alive. Collinsville pokes it back down for another offensive opportunity. Here is Chris Munoz. Munoz with a shot that goes high. And into Never Never Land. They're just going to go roll all the way over there by the softball field. Nothing to stop it. And the ball boy from one side throws one in, and the ball boy from the other side throws one in.
Somebody has to find that ball tomorrow.
Yeah, I think somebody that's sitting over there in some lawn chairs at the end of the fence went to grab it. Into the wind it goes. Doesn't quite make it to midfield, but it takes a bounce closer to that midfield stripe. And then Granite City comes away with it, and they'll try to poke it up into their offensive zone, but that is off of the shins of Mikey Suarez and across the sideline. So a throw-in coming up for Granite City right in front of their bench. They'll toss it backwards, and then Carlos Doria will get a foot on it, and he'll send it over the fence on the other side, which is in the little commons area over there that makes up part of Granite City High School. Isn't there some other school over there? Coolidge?
Yeah.
That's Coolidge?
We're actually, more behind Coolidge Junior High.
Okay.
That's what that building is there.
Sent back out to midfield. Collinsville pokes it down to the offensive side once again, but Doria couldn't stop it. So Granite City gets a hold of it. They'll send it back to the defense over here to this side for Ryan Rash. So it appears that Joey Morales might be done for this game, as he's still sitting over there on the bench, not moving much. And they already lost Drake Reeves, their big defensive guy, early in the year. So the top two defensive guys are out. There's a save by Lakin once again, and he comes out before Hernandez Mendoza could get there. So Collinsville, after having 2 shots on goal in all of the first half, has 2 more to start the second half here. Belleville West beat Alton in the earlier game, and that was 1-0 in favor of West in the first half, and then the Maroons opened it up big time with 5 goals in the first 11 minutes of that second half and went on to win that one by a score of 7-0. And right now it looks like Collinsville wants to pour on some shots on goal here early as this second half gets underway. First 5 minutes of half number 2 gone.
Rodrigo went out. That's what the holdup is before they throw it in. Not sure who they brought in.
Up the line. Vince Palmisano is the one who comes in, and 2 players collide at midfield. Referee blows the whistle. And Collinsville is going to have a free kick from midfield. About 2 yards into the offensive zone for Collinsville. Ty Starko over there to take this kick. And with the wind at his back, that one's going to make it into the 18-yard box and comes down off of one of the Granite City players' heads and heads toward the end line, but Granite City gets there to keep that from happening, and will send it across the sideline instead. So Collinsville will have a throw in.
Only found the head of a Granite City player and was threatening to go over the end line, we gave Collinsville a corner.
Yeah.
They cleared it out.
Collinsville had 3 corner kicks in the first half and didn't have a lot of luck with that. There was Lakin stopping that ball before it goes across the end line. He'll pick it up and send us back to work here with 33.5 minutes left to play here in this second half. Collinsville leading 1-0 on a Juan Carlos Doria goal halfway through the first half. 19.5 minutes in. So we'll call it the 19th minute. Lakin with the ball once again. He'll send the ball back out to midfield. Takes a bounce. Wilkinson off of his head twice. And he gets it to TJ Carter. Carter used the back of his head to keep that one going in the right direction, but Granite City got there first. Now the Warriors will send it up into their offensive zone, but getting there first is Collinsville's Dominic Mann. That ball heads over to the sideline, but Granite City finds a way to keep it in, but Collinsville intercepts. Tried to poke the ball up with a little sidestep there, but couldn't complete it. Jake McIntyre trying that feat. Now over to Palmisano, but that ball will go out of bounds before Vince can get there, and it'll be a throw in for Granite City right toward the end of their bench. Back out toward midfield on the throw in. Granite City gets it, but Collinsville will get it next. Here is Doria. Doria gets a little bump off the ball there, but Chacon will get the ball back, and they'll send it back to the defense. And here is Starko. Starko sends the ball all the way downfield, pushing that wind, and Lakin will come out and get it right before Palmisano could get there to try to do any damage.
Just rolled a little too much past Palmisano. Wanted to get that one.
Granite City goes back to work on the offense. Here is Ryan Rash. Rash looking for a little help. Finds it in the form of Elijah Blaylock. Blaylock just outside the box over here on this near side. Looking for somewhere to go with it. He's being double teamed over there by the defense, and then that one will go off the back of the net. So Collinsville and Braden Henson will get a goal kick restart here. And we'll head back the other way.
He kept Chacon out there to start this second half. Didn't bring out Carranza, who started the game.
Yep. That one's going to take a roll, and Lakin will come about 10 yards out in front of the 18-yard box, and he'll end up sending it out of bounds. I'm sure that's not what he wanted to do. Collinsville makes it a quick throw in, and the Kahawks bring the ball up. Here's an opportunity for Doria. Doria stops, looking for some teammates to come into the 18-yard box to help him out, and he'll try to move the ball closer into the box. Comes away as Palmisano was in there as well, but Granite City will send the ball across the sideline, and Collinsville will have another throw in. This one will be handled by Mikey Suarez. One of the Granite City players took a foot to the low shin, high ankle. He's hobbling a little bit over there, but decides to stay in. Comes into the 18-yard box, and they'll send it over for Rash. Rash will send the ball up. That is off of Dominic Mann. Now Chacon with it, and he'll travel over to the midfield circle. Now TJ Carter with it. Carter almost overran the ball, but stays with it, and then off the backside of Blaylock as he was on the ground. And a Blaylock is down, and he's holding on to his left shin as well. Been a lot of shin shots here, and he's laying on the ground complaining to the referee like, where's the call?
Well, the Kahawks continue to control the ball. Not going to stop play.
So Blaylock is finished on the ground.
Not going to stop playing when the other team has the ball, and after all that, Blaylock lays there and gets right back up. Kahawks just kicked it out of bounds here, and Granite City will get to throw this in.
Ryan Rash will have those honors, and he'll misplay the ball, and luckily for him, Elijah Blaylock was there, and Blaylock used his head. Now Collinsville gets the ball back up to Palmisano. Palmisano finds Doria. Doria circles with it. Got his head up, and he's looking, and he finds Palmisano. Palmisano tried to thread the needle between a couple of defenders to try to find Munoz, but didn't get enough on the pass. And now Granite City with it once again. Here is Hernandez. Hernandez sends the ball into the middle. Trying to stop it there is Chacon. And circling with it is Seth Blaylock. Blaylock sends the ball up to the midfield stripe. It ends up going the wrong direction, and then T.J. Carter comes in, has to hurdle over R.J. Brookshire. Collinsville, though, gets the ball back, and a shot that is no problem for Tyler Lakin.
Chacon taking a shot from deep. We hadn't seen that from him just yet. Took a chance.
Lakin sends the ball up into the night sky. No one touched it, so it takes a little bit of a bounce for Granite City. Now they'll get the ball on to Elijah Blaylock. Blaylock sends it into the middle, but missed his target. Ends up finding, though, Nash Young. Young with it just below the circle, and he'll send the ball over to Hernandez. Hernandez moves the ball up and then loses control of it. Juan Carlos Doria with it. Tried to send it back to Starco, but that ball never made it. It ended up hitting a body belonging to Granite City. And here is Armando Hernandez putting on a couple of nice moves to get around Doria. Hernandez sends it into the midfield circle, over to Blaylock, and up the way it goes, but intercepting that was Dominic Mann. Mann sends the ball up for Palmisano. Palmisano trying to split a couple of defenders there, but instead Seth Blaylock gets there first. Comes back out to midfield. Chacon sends the ball up for Doria. Doria with a little flip pass over to T.J. Carter. Now Doria with a head of steam comes into the 18-yard box, and he'll end up a corner kick as he let that ball roll right into Seth Blaylock, and Blaylock couldn't control it, and it goes across the end line.
Lost control of the ball. It just rolled up ahead of him too far.
Okay, I thought that was off of Blaylock. Apparently not.
No, Blaylock just came up there and making sure it went out of bounds because Doria let it too far and it got out of his control and was just rolling towards the end line.
27 and a half minutes to go here in half number 2. Collinsville up 1-0. On a first half goal by Juan Carlos Doria. Will it be enough? Collinsville, you know, would love to have another one. Granite City continues to chase the lead. Tough Bradley, one of my favorite names.
For the Kahawks, number 21, Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza.
Comes into the game for Granite City, and Collinsville brings in Giovanni Mann and Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza.
And number 26, Enrique Carranza.
And Carranza checks back in as well. So Collinsville makes a 3-player swap. Here is Chris Munoz. Munoz comes up, top of the front of the box, and gets taken out. We're going to have a whistle on the play. Collinsville is going to have a free kick from just outside of the 18-yard box.
Yeah, right at the edge of the penalty arc. He just got swooped down from behind. Granite City student section doesn't like the call.
Nope. Neither do the adults right below us. So,
it's wild out here near these stands.
Yeah. They are right below us, so you get all of the feels here. So once again, Mikey Suarez and Chris Munoz standing near the ball where this kick is going to come from. Referee is trying to set up the 3-man wall here for Granite City. Now they're going to make it a 4-man wall. Whistle says go. And Suarez takes a shot. Saved by Lakin. Rebound comes out. Collinsville trying to chase it down. And the Kahawks will find it. And that is Giovanni Mann with it.
That ball initially got through.
Sure did.
Through there, right through where the wall was, because one guy in Granite City jumped up in the air.
They do that a lot when they have those walls.
Yeah, so it was timed perfectly. The ball come through, and he jumped up. And then if there was just a little bit more of a rebound, Hernandez Mendoza was right there.
Yeah. Throw in coming up for Collinsville. Far side. They throw it into the edge of the 18-yard box. Comes down, and then Collinsville with it. T.J. Carter scores!
It went off a few feet. Hernandez Mendoza calmed it down and kicked it back to Carter, who was back behind everything, and he was just had the perfect angle to put that one in. No worry about being offsides or anything because he's back behind everybody. It just got played parallel. And 2-0 lead now for the Chaos.
That's a big goal, man, because that gives Collinsville a little breathing room. Why am I missing up on so much of this time here? Guess it took me that long to get my screen back up to stop the time. 25:08 is what we have left. And now a referee talking to TJ Carter and Chris Munoz. I don't know what that could be about.
They scored and they kind of came over here towards this.
Oh, the Granite City
fans.
Yeah.
Kind of rubbed it in. Hey, look at me, I scored as he came by. Don't do anything in celebration of the goals. We saw what happened to Doria against O'Fallon. Let's just score and let's get back and be ready to play, guys.
Score, congratulate your.
If we're lucky enough to win. We saw what happened to Doria and O'Fallon. He ran towards the goalie and hopped over him, and this conversation continues. And Starko gets up in here, and he's wearing the captain's band, and he wants to talk about it.
Oh, what happened?
They just showed a red to
Giovanni Mann.
Giovanni Mann.
What in the world did he do?
Man. Must have been part of the celebration. So now you lose Mann for the rest of this game. You're down. So like I said, just go back and score, guys. So another time where we get a goal, and in our celebration try to do too much and lose somebody. And now you're going to lose them for Friday night if we can hold on and win this.
For some reason or another, my hotspot's warm. I looked down and it said disconnected. I'm like, what? Why? Wait a minute. So now I got it resting over here on this nice cold fence pole. All I got to do is not bump into it.
So the center ref initially went over and started talking to Granite City's coaching staff. Now Coach Lugie is now getting his say in it all as Giovanni Mann.
You'd have to think that Giovanni said something, right? Because it's well after the goal was scored, and he wasn't the one who scored it.
I said it had to have been in part of this. I didn't really watch. I know they came over here, but I didn't pay attention to what they did.
Yeah, you need to start doing that because I'm writing down who scored the goal and at what time it was, and this is the second time in a row I've done that, and I've missed something.
So now Coach Lugie's going over to Clay, who was over there with Giovanni.
You can tell from all the way over here that Giovanni is not happy, and matter of fact, the opposite of happy. He's very sad at this point.
He's not on the field. He's back there.
No, he's over there on the far side in the corner, and
I think he thought got the red. I think he's thinking Carter got the red. The gentleman down here. So here we go.
All right.
So another game where Collinsville gets a goal, and in the celebration of the goal managed to get a red card and lose somebody.
Kahok's goal, Carter, 25:08.
Yeah.
Remaining in the second half.
So now
Kahok's red card awarded number 8, Giovanni Mann.
Here's Collinsville with another opportunity. Chris Munoz right in front of the 18-yard box.
So Kahok's got to play the rest of the game, a man down. Carter will send this shot in, and it's high and wide.
Man, what what in the world is going on with my hotspot lately, man? I have never had this much trouble with my hotspot before.
About time to head to them and see if maybe there's like a newer one. Time to upgrade, I guess.
I guess.
Because it's giving a lot of problems.
Last couple of weeks, man, it has just been throwing me fits.
Hopefully we can work through the technical difficulties.
Yeah, I moved it back to where I had it a minute ago and seemed to be working all right. I don't know, I just happened to look down at my screen and it said OBS disconnected. So, see, when I have the clock up, I can't see any of that, and all of a sudden, things were going wonky here with the hotspot. 23:44 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville leads by a score of 2-0, but Collinsville's down a player for the rest of the game.
Lots of things are going wonky right now.
Yeah.
I think 2-goal lead. It's time to maybe breathe a little bit, but still play hard. But now this is going to be a hard 25 minutes for the Cahoks.
Yep, sure
down,
is.
man.
Collinsville, though, stays with it in the offensive zone. Here is Doria. Doria had the goal in the first half. TJ Carter just scored here a moment ago to give Collinsville a little breathing room, and thankfully they did, because now you play a man down for the remainder of this contest, which was at 25 minutes. Now we're down to 23. And back out to midfield we go. Here is Nash Young. Young will send it over to this way for Ryan Rash. And Rash looking to split the defense. Does so, but can't get around Rash again. Now Wilkinson with it. Wilkinson will send it into the box. Ty Starko splits the defense, but sends it back out here for Ryan Rash. Back out to midfield. And then over onto the far side, Seth Blaylock. Blaylock sends it up to the middle. Here is Hernandez. And Hernandez looking for a shot. He takes one and it goes in.
Just a little bit of space there. He tried for that far corner, and it just ever so slowly made it past everybody. Even Henson died. New life for Granite City. Not only down one, and the Canucks were still down a man, of course.
I honestly don't know what to do anymore. I don't even understand why this hot spot is actually warm in my hand. It's not hot out here. The sun's not shining on it.
Warriors goal, Hernandez, 22-13 remaining in the second half.
See, I'm already forgetting about the clock. Player goes down.
Yeah, Rodrigo turned and tried to go upfield, got taken down. Density's going to pick up here now.
Yeah, you think? If it hasn't already. All right, free kick coming up here for Collinsville. Seems to work when I'm standing here holding it in my hand, so I guess I'll just hold it in my hand for the rest of the game. And a shot into the box, and oh boy, that was off of Hernando Rodriguez's head and ends up going over the net. Well, that doesn't seem to work either.
Wish it kind of went a little lower just a second sooner. It could have found the taller player in Carranza.
Yeah,
metal here.
Set it on the cold aluminum and see if that helps keep it cool a little bit. Seems to be working for right now.
Returning for the Cahoks, number 6, Jake McIntyre. Number 13, Chris Munoz.
Munoz McIntyre check back into the game. We are approaching the halfway mark of the second half, so there's still a long way to go. And Collinsville up by a score of 2-1. And they are down a man for the rest of this game. Here is Doria. Doria up the sideline, stays with it again, just outside the box. Now he comes into the box, takes one into the middle, but the ball finally ended up getting away from him. Well, Granite City scores on their first shot on goal of the night.
Like I said, that thing just barely got through it.
Yeah.
It was just perfectly placed, missed all the feet of everybody that went by and found the corner.
And Henson couldn't react fast enough to get over there and make the save. So the goal counts for Hernandez, his team leading 18th of the year. Collinsville looking for a chance to get that one back. And here is Carlos Doria. Doria on the sideline. That ball ends up going out of bounds. Oh, there he is. haven't seen the line judge on this side of the field all night long.
Oh.
Because he's blocked out by the building. Collinsville gets to keep it. They'll have a throw in. And they're going to replace Jake McIntyre on the throw-in with Mikey Suarez, as Palmisano checks back into the game as well. Hernandez Mendoza goes to the bench.
For Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza.
And the throw-in comes into the side of the 18-yard box, popped up into the air. Collinsville trying to settle it down. They'll do so. That's off of a little knee kick there by Jake McIntyre, and it ends up going across the end line. And we have 19 minutes left to play here in this second half, 2-1 in favor of Collinsville. I never did put the Granite City goal up there because I'm dealing with all kinds of technical difficulties, so that's why.
Just a couple minutes late. We got it up there.
Yeah. Here is Wilkinson. Sends the ball up to Palmisano off of his shins, and he couldn't catch up with the ball afterwards, so Granite City takes back over, and they'll send the ball back up to midfield. Warriors trying to work a little offensive magic here. Here is TJ Carter, who right now has the go-ahead goal. Ty Starko sends it back out to midfield. Palmisano couldn't get there in front of his defenseman, and now Granite City will just go ahead and poke it on back to Tyler Lakin.
Granite City trying to move it up. Connect a few passes here. Control around the middle. Switch sides with it.
Over here to Rash. Rash sends it out to midfield, but no one there except Chris Munoz. Munoz pokes the ball up to Palmisano. Palmisano has a couple of defenders, and he gets ran right into the back by Ryan Rash. And that's going to be another free kick for Collinsville. And it's going to come right outside of the 18-yard box once again. This one a little closer to us than the last one was, and Palmisano still in the 18-yard box on the ground. They're going to call for the clock to be stopped.
Yeah, he got bowled in from behind.
He sure did.
Zigzagging around, and then Rash kind of stayed on his line that he was heading to and ended up bowling Palmisano over. Palmisano does get up and move.
Yep.
Or
he appears to be okay.
He's okay, collects himself here, and Collinsville will.
Need to back up that wall, though, that's for sure.
Yep, the ref will find the spot.
Took 9 steps. Number 7 turns around. Seth Blaylock's like, I don't want to watch. No, now he turns back around.
One guy's laying in behind the wall there.
And there's a shot right on goal, though, but right to Lakin.
So I guess they thought about how the one jumped up in the air before, and that allowed the ball to get through. So they had a guy lay down behind him.
Lay down behind him. So go ahead and jump up. I got you. Wow. Telling you what, these last few games that Collinsville has been involved in are something else. There's an opportunity for Granite City, but Starko will send that ball into the stands over on the other side of the press box, and it'll be a throw-in from there for Granite City.
Yeah, just not smart things. Going in and getting the ball out of the goal. We did, and then I believe a verbal thing here by man has him removed, and just gotta act like you've been there before. Go about it. I don't think we would have seen that from the group last year, fortunately, but
that one goes into the 18-yard box, takes a couple of bounces. Hinson is there to take care of that as we approach 16:20 left to play here in this second half, and now we have a whistle and something else is going on.
Something Hinson did in his control of the ball. And this is going to
Granite City's going to have a penalty kick. What in the world did he do? I don't know what in the world just happened there.
Did he pick the ball up, then kicked it slightly, then picked it right back up or something like that?
I don't know.
I've seen kind of a double handle of the ball by him.
Well, it's not a traditional PK because all the players are standing in the goal.
So it's indirect, so the ref is holding his arm. That means it's indirect, so it means the first person who's going to strike the ball can't just kick it into the net. So it's going to have to be on the second touch.
Yeah, they got Granite City's got one guy standing in front of all the purple jerseys out there. And we'll see how Granite City wants to play this. They'll send it in, and they kick it over the net. Wow. Golden opportunity there for Granite City to tie this thing up. And they sent it well over the net.
That was crazy.
Sure was.
I've never seen that.
That was a first for me, man. I have never seen that before. So it remains 2-1 Collinsville. And now Hinson will send us back to work, as that was just a little bit strange. And all the way back out to midfield we go. And with it is Mikey Suarez. Suarez sends the ball up. Trying to chase it down is Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza. Can he get there before it goes across the line? He did. He stopped it from going across, but his momentum kept him going out of bounds. And then that ball was sent right back, and Hernandez Mendoza trying to track it down once again, but now it'll go out of bounds over on the far side. Yeah, strange things going on here tonight. No full moon either.
The moon, I think, comes up much later. I saw it
in
the sky this morning.
Yeah, but we're past like a quarter of moon now. There's a ball into the box off of Munoz and right to Lakin. So Collinsville, a man down after a red card, was handed out to Giovanni Mann right after T.J. Carter gave Collinsville a 2-0 lead. So the Kahawks playing a man short for the rest of this game. But Kahawks still lead by a score of 2-1. Here is a try to pick off that pass, did Juan Carlos Doria, and he finally gets rid of it, but a little bit too far for Hernandez Mendoza to track it down. Granite City with it over on the far side. They'll send it out into midfield. Here is Nash Young. Young sends it over this way for Ryan Rash, but he'll stand there and let Seth Blaylock take over, and then T.J. Carter played a little interception. Now here is Blaylock. He finds a little bit more room, and there's Carter trying to bump him off the ball, and Blaylock will send the ball all the way over to the far side, and his teammate on the defensive end got there before the ball could go across the end line. Collinsville pokes it away, however, and the Kahawks bring it back up. Here's a nice pass to Hernandez Mendoza. Has to get around one defender into the 18-yard box. He'll leave it, and they'll send the ball right into Lakin's hands. And I tell you what, man, Jake McIntyre was wide open over here on the left wing. There wasn't anybody on him. And if they would have seen that pass, probably could have had a better shot on goal than that one just transpired.
Granite City continues the pressure because they know Collins was a man down.
Yep.
Lakin grabbed the ball and just threw it up forward right away, but the Kahawks squared out.
Into the front of the box it goes, and a bowling ball pass that'll roll all the way over to the far side for Elijah Blaylock. He'll send it back over to this side where he'll find Armando Hernandez. Hernandez has the lone Granite City goal in this game. And then a loose ball finds Ryan Rash. Rash sends it back over to Brookshire. Brookshire sends it up the line and finds Patrick French. French up to Hernandez. Collinsville intercepted it, though, and sends it back out to midfield. Just under 12 minutes to go here in this second half, and things have gotten a little exciting here as Collinsville and Granite City fight for an opportunity to face Belleville West in Friday's regional championship game. Hernandez Mendoza almost got around that defender, and if he would have been off to the races because the only guy back was Seth Blaylock. That one bounces into the 18-yard box, and Hinson will let it go, and then he'll pick it up. I almost gave the referee a look like, can I bend down and pick it up?
Trying to replay it back in his head. How did this ball get back to me here?
Yeah. Uses the wind, and it comes all the way into the 18-yard box from the other 18-yard box. We still got a nice breeze blowing here. We can't feel it as much because we're right outside the door to this press box as the wind is coming from your right to the left, and we are on the left of the press box, so we're not feeling it as much, but you can see the American flag off in the distance blowing around as Starko picks that one off and sends the ball all the way back out to midfield, far side corner or far side sideline, and T.J. Carter will take care of finding a loose ball. Up to Chris Munoz. Munoz, he's on the run, and he pulls a little trigger on it, still with it, and then tries to take a shot. That's off of a shin right in front of the 18-yard box, and then Nash Young will take care of the rest. He'll send it over to the far side. Oh! Man, oh man. Suarez gets just slammed from behind as he was just trying to fend off the guy for Granite City to make sure that ball was going out of bounds. And I don't know. That could have been a card issued there as well. Maybe not a red, but at least a yellow on that. That was pretty much uncalled for. Collinsville will get a free kick. It'll be from about 40 yards away over on the far sideline. Ty Starko with the wind at his back will take this one. And he gets it up into that wind. It comes into the box and takes a weird bounce, but Lakin is there with no problem picking up after one bounce. As we come up on 9.5 minutes to go here in a very tense game. Collinsville down a player for the rest of the game. Granite City looking for the equalizer. They get it up here to Brookshire. Brookshire sends it on up. Ryan Rash, but Wilkinson gets there, and he not only stopped it from getting to one guy, he stopped it from getting to two, and he'll send it back. Now Ryan Rash is down on the ground hurt. That ball will head to the sideline, and we're going to have a stoppage in play once again for the injured Ryan Rash.
Everybody's screaming and yelling that he's down. Well, they know he's down. But if the other team is controlling the ball and moving up the field, not much you can do about it.
No, there's not. All right, well, we have a injury timeout, so we're going to step aside here for just a moment as well. And we'll be back after a brief.
Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Back here at Gene Baker Field at Granite City High School. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. Ryan Rash walks up under his own power, but he was favoring that left leg. We've had a rash of, not to poke fun at Rash's last name, but a rash of left leg injuries here tonight.
He ended up going off.
Joey Morales injured his left leg earlier, and he has not come back. He's still sitting on the bench. I don't think he's moved except to put a hoodie on.
He's put a hoodie on. He's done.
Yeah.
For the Kahawks, number 3, Vince Palmisano.
All right, we are back to action as Vince Palmisano checks back into the game.
And for the Warriors, number 4, Tuff Bradley.
Still having some hot spot issues up here, man. It's just crazy.
Collinsville won 3-0 the other night, but that was generally a very friendly game.
Yeah.
Not much intensity. And it kind of continued for the first half here up until the Morales injury, and it's just been a little nuts out here now.
Ty Starko sends one of the 18-yard box, and Lakin with a save right before Tyler Hunterbrinker could get his head on the ball. That was close.
Hunterbrinker, one of the taller ones, too. He could have got to it.
Granite City pokes it back down into their offensive zone. It's a race for the ball. Collinsville and Starko got there, and we'll send it back over to midfield. Here is Palmisano. Palmisano, he gets taken down, and we're going to have another whistle, and Collinsville is going to get a free kick from close to midfield here.
Just 8 minutes left.
Seems like an eternity right now, doesn't it?
Some ways seem like we're moving right along here, but Granite City's got to really start to find that push and execute this man advantage they have if they want to get a tying goal.
Well, the free kick didn't amount to much there. And Granite City works themselves back up. Here is Elijah Blaylock, but looked like Jake McIntyre was going to come in and make an interception there, and now trying to get it around Hunterbrinker, and now two players run into each other as well as Palmisano and Elijah Blaylock both go down.
I think Blaylock took that in the downstairs. And
yeah. And we're going to stop the clock again.
7:13 as This is definitely not a leg injury for Blaylock.
Nope. Got hit in the nether regions. He's back up and ready to go. It's going to be a free kick coming up here for Granite City. Are we sure that Elijah Blaylock is okay?
Still trying to compose himself.
Yeah.
He's not going to go out.
Dude, I don't envy that stuff at all, man. If you're a male and you've been hit there before, you know the deal. We're back underway. And a little ping pong pinball action going on there. Collinsville comes up with it. Nice sliding tackle by Brookshire. And then a double team by Collinsville gives them the ball back. They try to poke it up to Palmasano, but couldn't get it to him. And now the defense with it once again. Here is Seth Blaylock. Blaylock moves it up across the line to Hernandez. Hernandez moves it into the top of the circle for French. Collinsville intercepts that. Here is Chris Munoz. Munoz gets tripped up. And we're going to have another whistle. Things are getting a little testy here, aren't they?
Some contact there. I don't think that's why Munoz lost his feet, but still a foul.
Ty Starko will send us back to action. All the way down into the 18-yard box. Lakin comes out and takes care of that before he could be challenged.
It's not good scoring opportunities for Collinsville, but it definitely wastes some time.
Yeah.
Just sending the ball in.
Lakin sends the ball into that wind, and he gets it across the midfield stripe. Now here is TJ Carter, who sends it right back to where it came from, and once again it takes a bounce into the box, and like any of the precious seconds. Here is Elijah Blaylock. Blaylock sends the ball back down, and Wilkinson gets there first. Over to the sideline it goes, and then it ends up going out of bounds. And another throw-in coming up here for Granite City. Seth Blaylock doesn't waste any time. Gets it into Hernandez. Hernandez gets punched off the ball, and Collinsville has a bunch of players down there trying to wrestle that ball away. And now I can't see.
Some kind of foul on Collinsville, pointing. There's Granite City here as we lose the ball and everything else.
Yeah.
Behind the box here.
The only person I can see is Alex Paz. So a free kick coming up here for Granite City.
Indirect.
And it's on the way in the front. Taken out by Collinsville. Wilkinson trying to get it a little farther downfield. Chris Munoz does so. Almost kicked one of the Granite City players in the head in the process. We're down to 4:40 left to play here in this second half. 2-1 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks playing a man short after a red card was issued to Giovanni Mann right after TJ Carter put Collinsville up 2-0. There's a bouncing ball that goes into the box. Lakin takes care of it.
So Mann will miss the next game, whether it's the regional championship on Friday or
season opener next year.
Or if the Chaos will be eliminated in this game, it would follow him into the season opener next year.
Somebody going to remember that?
Well, yeah, they need to, because then Collinsville would be using an ineligible player. Somebody needs to remember that, yes.
I'm sure someone will. I'm sure Giovanni Mann will. Throw in for Granite City in between the benches on the far side.
It stopped the clock there because Collinsville had put a sub in as well as Granite City subs.
Marvin Chacon, number 21, Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza.
So we'll let that catch up.
Returning for the Warriors, number 2, Ryan Rash.
And Granite City with the ball at midfield. And Collinsville with possession. Munoz will turn, and then he'll slip over the ball. Still manages to get a pass off to Hernandez Mendoza, who finds Suarez and trying to find Munoz again. He does. Munoz will get it past the defender. Chris into the 18-yard box, takes a shot and a save by Lakin.
Collinsville really just seems like trying to waste time there, but Chris Munoz doing Chris Munoz things in space and ended up with a scoring opportunity there.
Well, time is getting precious here. We're approaching 3 minutes left to play here in this second half, and that ball ends up going out of bounds. Granite City will throw the ball in. Didn't get it very far, though, and almost turned the ball over. Now they bring the ball up into the middle of the logo area. Onto the foot of Nash Young. Young sends the ball all the way up to Brookshire. Brookshire has a little bit of room just outside the 18-yard box, skirts the line, and sends it out front. Gets taken off of the ball. Chacon, he'll send it on up to Munoz. Munoz waits for Chacon to come catch up with him, and now Hernandez Mendoza. The pass is a little bit too far for him. And then Lakin ends up sending the ball into the stands and down into the student body cheering section off the back of the bleachers that face the football field. Collinsville will have a throw in, and it'll be Jake McIntyre who will take care of this one. He'll throw it on in, and that one's sent right back out. And Granite City losing some precious time here with sending these balls out of bounds. Another ball comes in for McIntyre to throw in. He takes it to Chacon. Chacon near the end line. Will try to push it into the box, but that's intercepted, and then it's off of the shins of Hernandez Mendoza. And now it'll be a Granite City throw in. We're under 2 minutes to go here in this second half. Granite City down by a goal. Collinsville down by a man. Here's a steal by Mendoza. Tries to get a shot off. Can't do it. Stays with the ball. And then over there on the outside of the 18-yard box, chased down by Granite City. All the way over there near where the corner kick takes place. And then he banks it off of the Collinsville player over there. And it ends up going out of bounds. We're down to 90 seconds to play here in this second half. 2-1 in favor of the Kahawks. Comes all the way out. Granite City trying to punch it up into the offensive zone, but Juan Carlos Doria is there. He'll send it out of bounds. Granite City will waste no time trying to get this ball back into play. And then Chacon will send it back down into Collinsville's offensive zone. And now Granite City trying to play chase, but it ends up going out of bounds off of one of the Granite City players. And Collinsville will get the throw in. Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza over there ready to take it, but he's in no hurry to do so. Throws it into Munoz. Munoz sends the ball up, and that ball goes out of bounds. Now Granite City will have a throw in all the way down into Collinsville's offensive zone. They'll throw it into the 18-yard box. Granite City trying to work it up into the offensive zone. They can't. Doria sends it right back to where it came from. Goes on to Seth Blaylock, though. Blaylock sends the ball downfield. Wilkinson trying to get there first. He will. Sends it over to the sideline, but not out of bounds. Now it is. And a throw-in coming up here for Brookshire in front of the 18-yard box for Granite City, and that ball is sent out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up for Seth Blaylock, but we're down to the final 10 seconds to go. Here is Elijah Blaylock over to Seth. Seth was actually standing out of bounds when that ball took place, and that's going to do it. That ball will go all the way downfield. Lakin will send it back up, but time runs out, and Collinsville wins this one by a final score of 2-1. What a game this was, Chris Kettler.
Kahawks had to sweat out them last 22 minutes. Man down. Pretty good clinic there the last 6 minutes of just clearing the ball out, sending the long passes, wasting a lot of time. That's what the Kahawks were down to, just to try to get through and advance. That's what it took. 2-1 win and in the regional championship on Friday.
That they will. Time now to transition into the pregame show, postgame show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call, 618-343-3602, or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisired lipolaser machine. The Invisired machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisired technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we'd be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisired offers.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an InvisiRed lipolaser machine. The InvisiRed machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The InvisiRed technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is a 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisaret offers.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one here tonight by a final score of 2-1, and boy, it sounds just as close as it was. And joining us now is Brady O'Neill, one of the assistant coaches for Collinsville. What a game, man.
Yeah, what a game. And first of all, it's my first time being at this complex, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
So kudos to Granite for putting this together, and the Gene Baker Field is a beautiful place.
It is, except for that press box thing. But that's a story for another day. All right, man, so talk to me here. First half, Juan Carlos Storia gets a nice feed from Marvin Chacon, and Collinsville goes up 1-0, and that's not going to be enough, but talk to me about that goal.
Yeah, and it was good to have JC back. JC did not play in the last game against Granite to end the year after his red card, and good ball by Marvin and good run by JC, and good to see him get back in the scoring column.
Yeah.
Overall, just good play around for getting the ball through and putting the ball in the back of the net.
All right, so it stayed 1-0 through the entire rest of the first half, and then we get into the second half, and took about 15 minutes, but TJ Carter finally gives Collinsville a little bit of breathing room, and that was a nice little job there by TJ in the box to not give up on the ball that was just kind of loose, and he found it.
Yep, we talk all the time about following your shots, and we're on offense. Those create more chances for us to put the balls in the back of the net, and good for TJ. He works his tail off, and he's one of our leaders on the team for a reason.
All right, so about 5 minutes of real time after that goal was scored, Giovanni Mann got issued a red card. What can you tell me about that? What do you know why that card was issued?
From what I know, when we celebrated, that they gave us a taunting card. So we got a red card for taunting on that, according to the referee.
And you just happened to give it to Giovanni?
That's what the ruling was.
Really?
Yep.
Why pick on Giovanni?
I have no idea, but just got to respect the ref's decision and move forward to the next game.
All right, so Armando Hernandez makes it things a little bit more interesting when he ends up scoring a goal there, and then things got a little bit more interesting with a whistle down at the other end after Braden Henson gets the ball in his hands. I didn't even see what happened because I'm looking down at all the stuff I got going on here. So what happened there that gave them that free kick inside the 18-yard box?
Just kind of playing around a little bit too much with the ball in our box. Kind of one of the things where he picks it up, puts it down, picks back up again, plays with his foot. Just a lot of chaos going on. That was the first time I've seen that in one of our Kahok games. I've seen it in more professional games, but definitely crazy.
Yeah, Collinsville got lucky there because that ball was real close, but Granite City kind of mishit it and sent it over the net.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so no Giovanni Mann on Friday for the regional championship game, but, man, this is one of those games that is going to go down in the books as one of the all-time favorites in my book because it was just intense.
Yeah, and, I mean, the game that we played last week where it was a 3-0 victory against Granite, it was still a great game. And this game, again, was also action-packed from the start and all the way to the end, so kudos to both teams.
All right, so Collinsville versus Belleville West here on Friday night for a regional championship. I don't know if you were here for a lot of that game between Belleville West and Alton. When I got here, it was 1-0 Belleville West, and it stayed that way through the first half, man. And then Belleville West came out, and they just were a team on fire. They scored 5 goals in the first 11 minutes of that second half.
Yeah, Belleville West is a great team, and they were the #1 seed in our conference for a reason. They put a lot of balls in the back of the net, so we'll have to do a good job defending as a team, and hopefully we can get a similar outcome to our overtime game we played at Kahok Stadium earlier in the year.
Yeah, the only team to give them a Southwestern Conference loss on the year. Brady O'Neill, thank you very much. We'll see you later, sir.
Appreciate that. Thanks for coming.
All right, thank you. And that is Brady O'Neill, one of the assistant coaches here for Rob Lugge and his team, and that is going to do it for us here tonight. Big thank you to Rob Lugge joining us in the post-game or pre-game interview, and for Brady O'Neill joining us in the post-game interview. And another big thank you once again goes out to Chris Kettler for taking care of the camera and joining us on the other microphone. We were just told that the folks from Riverbender will be here Friday to do the regional championship game online between Belleville West and Collinsville. So we're going to take advantage of that, and that's going to free us up to go to Triad for the final week of the regular season in the high school football season, so we can bring you that contest because Collinsville and their football team needs one more win to become playoff eligible. So we're going to go ahead and let Riverbender do their thing on Friday, Chris Kettler. We're going to go do the football game.
Did you make a decision?
I did.
Okay, yeah, Riverbender. We told them. I just told them that we could send people their way, and we'll let them know, and then they can kind of reverse it and tell people hey, if you're watching the Collins game, soccer game, hey, the football game will be at 7, so maybe this works out better than we had been worrying about here for the last week or so or whatever we've been doing. So if that's your decision, let's go.
Oh, yeah, this is my decision. I said that if it was going to be online somewhere, whether it was going to be on the NFHS network or if some other team or some other entity was going to come up here and do it, then I would let them do it while we go do the football game. So we got that covered now that Riverbender is going to cover that game. So we're free and clear. We're going to go to Triad Friday.
It sounded like they said they were doing the sectional in Alton too. So maybe I don't know. That's farther down the road if that's
if Collinsville wins Friday night, then they'll be playing in Alton, and that means that we can probably let them do that game while we go to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium and get the playoff volleyball game in as well. So
maybe
we'll see what happens. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you. We will see you Friday.
Yeah, let's do football Friday. But good luck for the soccer team on over here on Friday themselves. All right.
Yeah. All right. That's going to do it for us. Again, a big thank you to all involved. Our next action will come to you from Belleville East on Thursday night as Collinsville Lady Kahawks volleyball will close out the regular season against the Belleville East Lady Lancers, their last game before playoffs get underway 1 week from tonight. So that's where we'll be Thursday. And until then, everyone enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.